Solid mind here, and today we are looking at the Box Go 10.3-inch e-ink tablet. Should you buy it in 2024? That's the question. Let's find out.
But look, the last time I finished reviewing another tablet, I thought to myself, what should I go back to as my daily driver? And this was top of the list. It was also top of the list during my top 10, my latest ranking of the very best e-ink tablets that you can buy right now. So you should find those categories chaptered out below, and so you can skip to the main parts which you're most interested in. First of all, for reading. This 300 ppi screen is one of the very best that you can get.
This looks like you're writing on paper. So I've always considered getting an e-ink tablet. The main reason is that in the corporate space, everybody has a notepad, a notebook, just something to like write notes when you come out of meetings, when you finish making phone calls, just, those quick little things that you need to action. And not many people use tablets because you gotta unlock them, turn them on, open an app, start typing. So at that point, you can just make notes on your laptop. So e-ink tablets have been like on my mind for a while, thinking like, okay, would it work as a note-taking tool where it's always on and I can just, when something comes in, quickly make notes. I'm in a meeting, make notes. No distractions, no notifications. So this already looks like something that I would consider anyway.
Get in all of e-ink. Sure, you might miss the front light if you want to read at night, but I would say that makes this tablet a great companion to another smaller e-reader that maybe does have that front light for your nighttime reading. But the 300 ppi e-ink Carta 1200 screen is incredibly sharp, and it does give you really nice high contrast. The Boox reading app is fabulous, and we've said a lot about that before, so I'm not going to spend.
I know that most e-ink display tablets are for reading books. That's the main benefit, reading text, which is also a big reason to get it. I guess for me, I just don't see a reason why I would. I guess if I was gonna read a book, yes, I would consider doing it on this, but I prefer the hardbacks, the leatherbacks, where you get an actual book and you can actually read it. I don't know why, maybe because I haven't had any ink display yet. But it does make sense in terms of, the contrast when looking at it. So not bad.
And too much time on it now, but it really is one of the best reading apps that you can get. It's just got so much functionality. I mean, every single menu has a kind of more part to it where you can find even more options. It takes some getting used to.
If you could see, whenever I was clicking, the refresh rate was not the best. You can see things loading very slowly. That's I guess, one downside of an e-ink display. Is it e-ink or e-paper? Whatever. I guess e-ink. The refresh rate is below like 30 FPS, maybe even like 10. Whereas on a normal display, it's a lot higher, but it's not e-paper, so that's a downside. But this is not designed for like watching videos or like viewing content. It's more about like treating it like a book that has access to the internet.
But some of the key functions are that you can crop it to size. You sort of teach it where the margins of your page are, and then as you go through, it's scaled automatically to that width. Another key function to talk about is the highlighter and annotation functions. When you highlight here, you can highlight into different categories, which are just labeled by their different color, and then they are available here in the contents panel. And you can export all of those highlighted functions with notes that you might have made next to them, or even annotated pages. So it's really nice that you can select these pages and you can move them to a separate PDF file.
So this is something that would be very useful. So for example, what is Adobe? Adobe has an e-signature app where you can sign documents through Adobe. And this might also be useful to open a PDF and be able to physically sign a PDF. So this might mitigate that element of, okay, you need to physically sign a PDF document to enable a contract. This will bypass that where you can just do it on the app. And I know you can sign a PDF on a phone, on a tablet, so it's nothing special. But it's just good that this also has that functionality as well.
And essentially creating yourself a separate PDF of just your annotations. I also love the side-by-side mode with handwritten notes next door to the main content, but more on that in the learning section. You can also see here it's doing a great job of rendering this image here in the PDF. Some of the best photos ever taken, of course. And I also love that you can install any reading app that you like. And one thing I really love about it is you can simply go to any web location and download anything that you're interested to read.
Okay, let's have a look to see what's available here. This looks like an Android device, and it is. I can see right here, it says Play Store. Play Store is what's found on Android devices. You cannot get Play Store on an iPhone unless you jailbreak it and all that fun stuff. You also have access to, it's saying Gmail, Kindle, reasonable. So a lot of reading books, which is good. Spark. Is that a navigation app? No, it can't be. Google Docs, that makes a lot more sense. Chess. You can play chess on this. You have Chrome. Okay, so this basically looks like a full Android device that is more catered for like EInk users. So you can get any app that you can normally get on an Android device, depending on how compatible and the version of Android is currently running on, available on this. So this is a big selling point. One of the reasons why I didn't like the Fire, like the Kindle Fire book, what do you call that? Like the Fire, like the Kindle e-readers, was that it didn't run on Android. So you are only limited to a few apps. Whereas this gives you more of that, like, okay, I want some functionality, and you're gonna find an app that would do it. So even Adobe, in terms of getting the e-signature, you can probably download Adobe and still sign it here. So this is a big selling point. I can see why somebody would get this
on the device directly from that web page. I do that a lot. Or of course, you can simply read your news on the web. The thing about books as a reader is if you need a function, you're going to find it somewhere in one of those menus. It's all about choice. For writing, Boox devices are absolutely fabulous, and this is no exception. So you could start from writing your own handwritten notes.
Yeah, I like that. I like how like the pressure you put affects how thick and thin it is.
And there's a great handwriting feel with a great stylus. It's really accurate and quick. You could then go ahead and run text recognition on that and then copy that into any document or any word processor that you please. This text note is going to be more beneficial for the Boox tablets that have type folios. But what you can do though in this notebook, or in fact anywhere that you can insert text on the whole device, is you can use the lovely Wacom EMR stylus to enjoy handwriting.
Okay, so you can use a stylus, which is good. I don't know if it comes with the Boox Go. I guess only time will tell, but let me finish it here. You guys like shorter videos. Should you guys buy this? For a certain kind of person, yes. If you so there's two camps that I sit in, right? If you just want to read books, I would say a smaller tablet is probably better. Maybe one that's in black is better. But in terms of like making notes, let's say you want to go into meetings, you want to not be distracted, you still want to have access to applications, but take notes and, you know, trust that this will probably last you a couple of days of battery life as a minimum, because these don't drain that much battery, and you know that, you know, having a phone is distracting but having this isn't, get it. If you just want to read books, there's a lot cheaper tablets that are designed just to read books. That's where I sit, depending on the camp you are. You can read books on this, but this doesn't seem like that's the sole purpose of it. This is more of like a multi-tool, where it gives you multiple functionalities to access an e-ink display on an Android platform. But that's what I think. Thanks for watching, guys. Let me know, do you have an e-ink, e-paper display? But thanks for watching, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.